بسم الله الرحمن الرحيم نحمده ونصلي على رسوله الكريم. Alhamdulillah, this book has just been published, المنتخبات. So this Muntakhabaat is an anthology of a collection of Arabic passages. So what happened was that the story behind this is we were teaching the normal books that people are normally teaching in madrasas, Mufid al-Talibin, Razul al-Adab, Qiraat al-Rashida, Nafat al-Arab, Mukhtarat. And obviously each one of these they all have different types of stories, have proverbs, story, etc. And from each of these, some stories, some stories are big, some of them are really good. Most of them are really good, but then they have a few stories where vocabulary is too hard and not that common vocabulary. You have a few stories in some books, exaggeration. Sometimes you have a story about a funny story, but somebody's name is mentioned in there, which is not really of any benefit. Or some a bit exaggerating how much somebody eats, overeats, under-eating, things like that. So what we did, we thought we have a lot of that. And we also come across a lot of poems, Imam Shafi's poems, the Al-Tahiyya poems, which are not in these kind of texts and which are very beneficial. Then you have some of the sayings of the ulama, the tabi'in, the sahaba, the tabi'un, tabu tabi'in, the muhaddithun. So a lot of these, we thought what we can do is, from all of these books, the things that we like, the books that we have, the Razul Talibin and Mufid Talibin and those kind of things, we take those. We also get the Diwan of Imam Shafi and Diwan of Al-Tahiyya, and some other scholars have also done the majmu'ah of this Diwan. From there we look at those poems which we like, the stories that we like, and we put it all together and make our own majmu'ah. So that's what we've done, so that we have one comprehensive book. So instead of having different books that we pick and choose from each book, we just pick one book. We have one book, we have everything in here. So it will serve two purposes. Obviously, it's not going to be a selection masterpiece, because obviously people like Abul Hasan Nadi rahimahullah and Mawlana Azaz Ali rahimahullah, when they select Nafat al-Arab and the Mukhtarat, they have a good thought, a very good thought, to have a really good selection. So this will be an average selection, but what inshallah we'll do is it has a lot of fawaid in terms of adab and tarbiyah and training. It has a lot of the very beneficial stories. So for example, it has a lot of proverbs. So initially we took the proverb from Razul Adab. Then we went on to find the classical books of Amthal and Majmu'ah of Amthal, and then we added in some of those. So we have like 50-60 Amthal. Then some easy ahadith, we took some from Zad Talibin, a majority of them, some very common ahadith. So you have about 30-40 of the 30-something common ahadith. It's a very easy ayat, simple ayat. And then we're on to different stories. So for example, you have a story here. We have, for example, like stories of Abul Atahiyya. You have poems of Abul Atahiyya. We have like stories and sayings of Abdullah Mubarak, the Muhaddithun, the sayings regarding adab and sunan. We have this is a selection, for example, here. We have the sayings of Ali radiallahu anhu, some of his poems. We have the poem of his grandson, Laysa al-Gharibu Ghariba Shami wal Yaman. We have stories of ulama and their last moments, the inhimak in ilm, how they were very independent and have istighna from the umara, how to stories about ulama, how to manage time, stories about ulama, how to make sure to write properly, how to be frequent. It's like so many different things. So it will serve as a compilation of text, Arabic text, so you can learn Arabic, and also it has this second fa'idah. So that's why we had compiled it. It has, what we've done along with this as well is we've put our footnotes on it. So it has the footnotes, it has the Arabic translation of the Arabic words, and where necessary we've also added in the English words. So the students don't have to keep on looking in the dictionary. All the vocabulary is available at the bottom. You just have to basically solve the text yourself. What we've also done is we try to, obviously as we print different editions and it gets updated each time, what we try to do is we try to be selective in the Arab and the Dhab. So for example, after Harfun Jar, we remove all the Majroor alamat. It's very obvious after Harfun Jar. So the students get it starts to sink into the more familiar. When you Fa'al Mudari, we want to have the Arab, unless for example it's a Ba which not come before. So we put the Ainul Kalima Harakaat. We want to put all the Harakaat. So the students start to wean off the Harakaat. Where it's difficult word, put the Zabt of the whole word, not the Arab. And like this, obviously it needs work. Some places are not, it's an ongoing project. So it's slowly, but that's one of the purposes. So the students, they only get the necessary and that they need, and the others which they should know, or which they can forget themselves, that's taken off. So this is basically we've taken from like different books. So it has some stuff from Mufid al-Talibin, Razul Adab, some from Sirah A'lam al-Nubala, some from Ulul Akhbar. We've taken some stories from Surah Min Hajj al-Sahaba, Rijal al Rasul. We've taken some from Mukhtarat, the Khalil Dimna story, he's taken from there. We've taken, we've got one maqam of Hariri. We've also got one maqam of Zamakhshari. So try to get a different variation. So it starts off very small passages, and the passages expand in size as the text, as the book progresses. So hopefully it will serve as double purpose. It will introduce our students to Arabic literature slowly, and along with that, because it has a few jokes and a few other lighter things as well. But hopefully it will introduce the students to Arabic text, and at the same time it will serve a double purpose of instilling in them the love for the ulama, the sahaba, the tabi'un, the ulama. It will give them a good chance. If they have a good memory, they can memorize some of the poems. They hear very good poems of Imam Shafi and the other ulama and the other shu'ara. And it will serve as a book of adab and tahdhib and tahdhib al-akhlaq as well, inshallah. So hopefully, make dua that Allah accepts this, and it serves as a double purpose for students of knowledge, inshallah. Subhanallah wa bihamdihi, subhanallah wa bihamdihi, wa nashhadu an la ilaha illa anta, nastaghfiruka wa natubu ilayk.